hydrogen can't do the work by itself. There are also sectors that need a fuel that's actually a fuel at room temperature. Aviation is a great example. It's very hard to decarbonize aviation in any different way than through biofuels. And again, we have a significant opportunity there because our energy parks are in the biofuels corridors of Spain. And we aim to deliver, to take leadership when it comes to biofuels, second generation biofuels, waste-based biofuels, not food-based biofuels, to become leaders in waste-based biofuels in Spain by producing 2.5 million tons of biofuels per year by 2030, 0.8 million tons of which will be sustainable aviation fuel. And that could be as much as a third of what Europe needs as a result of the EU Fit for 55 legislation, the mandated amounts. So this will take us not just to leadership in Spain and Portugal, this will make us a European leader when it comes to sustainable aviation fuel. And clearly, we will be phasing out palm oil ahead of new regulation. And clearly, we will be fully decarbonized biofuels using green hydrogen and only organic waste as a feedstock.
Hemos sabido que Air Nostrum acaba de firmar también con ustedes un acuerdo para abastecerles de combustible sostenible, combustible SAF, pero todos tenemos el mismo problema, que es el precio que tiene este tipo de combustible, porque es, como bien saben, es 3 veces más caro que el combustible normal que estamos pagando ahora, que ya está excesivamente alta. Es una de nuestras grandes debilidades porque supone más o menos el 27% del coste de la operación. Me gustaría saber qué evolución va a tener, porque todo va a depender efectivamente de la producción, y cuándo esperan que este precio sea competitivo al final.
No, it's a very important question. So yes, we do plan to indeed become one of the principal producers of sustainable aviation fuel in Europe. The cost of biofuels in general and sustainable aviation fuel is absolutely a theme to work on in the next 25 years. Today, the production happens at small locations that have not been built to scale, often using yesterday's technology. So we do believe that through scale and application of new technology, we will be able to drive down the cost of sustainable aviation fuel and biofuels in general significantly from here. For it to compete with fossil fuels, it needs help. And the help will come from two sides. One is, of course, a high CO2 price. And we do expect the CO2 price in Europe to continue to grow in the coming decades to levels where actually the choice between sustainable aviation fuel and kerosene becomes more obvious. And we depend on regulatory support, such as in EU for 55, where there are actually blending mandates to get the fuel into the get sustainable aviation fuel into the mix. Clearly, over time, the industry needs to keep working on technological and scaling solutions to bring the price down, because otherwise the cost of aviation will become a lot more expensive than it is today, and that couldn't be good news for end consumers. But that's a decadal journey, because today very, very little of that product gets produced. But we are committed not just to scaling up, but also to working on the technology to bring the cost down further.